What's up, traders? 7 total trades today. Where do we start? Should we start there? All right, let's get to it. All right, traders, I am going to show you the trades on BHC live. However, I am going to just get these out of the way. EYEN and GSKY, they are just meh, right? There's absolutely nothing to show if I were to show you these live. But EYEN kind of gave me the old thoughts of fool me once, shame on you, fool me 3 more times, what the heck are you doing? So let's take a look at this real quick. It was really just looking for the buy the dip, sell the rip, and as you can see, it tried on this candle. It tried to get above 650 after we got in at 639, and it just started to fail. So we jumped out assuming this might go lower. And it did actually go lower. As you can see, it went down to 620, and then it actually tried to rip again after we were already out, up to 674. Got absolutely rejected again. Came down, made a new low here, and I was still watching it, obviously, because this was pretty quick, and it was right at the whole dollar of 6, and it kind of faked out, like it didn't want to go. And so we actually jumped back in on the break of this candle, still looking for that dip and rip, and it tried again. We got in at 630, it got all the way back up to 648. We were obviously looking for this to continue, and it decided to fail, and it went low of day, got stopped out right at low of day, and it ended up going back through. So right there, I mean, I should have just been done with this thing, but I kept it up on one of my other charts, and I saw it start to curl. And how many times have we seen this exact trade, right? It comes down, starts to form a nice support. Clearly here, it was used as support over here in the pre-market as well. And as we break this level of 6, it was a whole dollar as well. I said this thing's going to squeeze, right? We're going to at least get a squeeze up to 650, try to test VWAP, and so we jumped in. We literally almost top ticked it. The high was 604. We got in at 603 on the break of 6, and it got immediately rejected. And I want to say that the thought process here was we were so close with this, the lows being here, it was 561. We were so close to the $0.50. I wanted to give it a shot for the $0.50 to hold. And so we actually added as close as we could to it. And it actually did come down. It like flashed through. I didn't have an order in. I didn't have a hard stop. I was going to just use a manual stop. And this thing flashed through to 544 and immediately right back up to 550. And it started to just kind of chill. And I thought, okay, maybe we're forming support here. They're eating up the liquidity through the $0.50. But if I see 43, I'm out, right? That was it. It got down to 544. It was trying to hold there. And I said, okay, we'll get out if it does. So it started to curl back up. And we actually, as it went through 50, we added one more time, bring our average down, looking for this thing to curl up and make that run up towards 6 and hopefully through 6 up to VWAP. And it didn't. It went back up at 551, literally top ticked that candle, and then came all the way back down and stopped us out at what was our stop here? 542? Yeah, 542. So we were looking for 543. We ended up getting 542, and yeah, so I dismissed this thing until I think I pulled it up just to see what it was doing. And it had already made this move here, and it put in a top, and it came up here, and it started to curl back up. And it was kind of the same thought process of this trade here, was this thing is so extended. There was so many eyes on it. I know a lot of people are underwater, but usually at some point you get some kind of move back up, and this thing just did not want to do it. So we anticipated, again, looking for this to come back up. And we're really just looking for a 2-to-1 trade here at this 565 mark, right? That main line that was used here, right? Support, pre-market support here, resistance here. We were just looking for it to come back up to there. That was the idea. And sure enough, we were using 5 as our stop, and we got stopped out at 5. So that was that, right? Just a frustrating trade, a bunch of frustrating trades here on EYEN. Don't mind the first trade, don't mind the second trade, but these trades were just not needed. That ended up being our bigger loser for the day. GSKY, this was one of my pals that also trades. He actually scaled into this, ended up being a max loser for him. But again, I saw the same thing kind of happening, right? nice big move down, nice intense move, comes up, comes back down, finds support, a little bit of a higher low, and as we were coming back up, that's when I said, okay, let's see if we can get that move back up to VWAP, right? So this was we're waiting for a little bit more confirmation, but it started to look like an ascending triangle, right? That's the principle there. Unfortunately, it didn't work, so we stopped out. So I wasn't too upset with this trade, but it did end up being the factor today, what we ended up being down completely. But really my trade on this, if I were to take it, should have been over here on this first move, but I wasn't watching it at that time. I actually pulled it up after it was already right here. So that was kind of a trade I probably wouldn't normally take, but I like the setup, and it just didn't work, right? Looking for the ascending triangle to come back up towards VWAP, and we just didn't get it. So with that said, I'm going to show you guys the live trades on BHC, and then we will do a little bit of recap on that, and we'll get out of here. Here they are. I'm going to start BHC here. Keeps trying to go high through the highs there again of 1845, getting that jiggle effect. I'm going to go ahead and start this thing at 1835. I have a line on the chart a little bit higher, but we'll see if it wants to bust through 1850 and get there. We're going to add to this. Looks like it failed high of day there again. Looking for this to come back down, at least test that 1805 area. So we did try to go through 1850. We were looking to add up through 1850, but not really the move we were looking for through. So we're actually going to look to add here as it was a fake out. We're going to get the add here at 39. Looking for this to fail at least back down through 1825. There we go. Really want to try to get through 1825 here. Look to take half the position off. We're in full size here, just using high of day as a stop. Finally took a 1-1-2 trade today, which is nice. Missed a bunch right at the open just because I was being a little hesitant. I was pretty tired. Let's see if we can get this break through 25. Here we go, 27. Just trying to use that same area as support again, it looks like. Just trying. Keeps building up some shares there. We'll give it one more try here. See if it wants to break through. If not, we'll probably take half right around this area. Here we go, 25. See if we can get the push through. There we go. We're going to take half there. Got filled at 22. See if we can't come down even closer to that 1805 area. 1805, 1810. Does not want... Oh, there we go, 1815. A little bit more of a push. It's a pretty big move down, so looking to take it. Oh, got spready on us here. Ask is up there at 23. Come on, give us that push down there, 1810. No. Alright, we're going to take it off there. Now we got 27. It's alright. That thing definitely looked like it was a pretty quick move down, so with it being a quick move down, the odds were it was going to squeeze back up like it is. So nice little trade there. Can't complain on BHC. We're going to start this again, 1864, BHC. Have that line on the off the daily, 1887. That's probably not exact, so probably using like 1890-19 area. But I'm going to start this looking for it to come back down to the 1850 area and see what it does there. If it wants to go through and get back into that range, that could be pretty good. Then we could definitely look for 1840 area. But if it wants to continue and we have to get an add in up here, we'll definitely look for it to at least come down and test that 1850 area. Trying again. Here we go. See if we can get through. Poke through last time and then got bought back up. Looking for this to get through and try to hold. There we go. So we're going to take half there. Man, the spread, the ask would not come down through 50. I was hoping at least 50 was on the ask, because then we could have seen some shares pile in there, trying to hold it below 50. Obviously got the stop here at break even now. Not looking to give anything back. Bouncing off that previous support, previous resistance, sorry. Just going to take it there. It just feels like it's finding support here right under 50. Assuming this might try to go back up through 50, but there's quite a ways down there to VWAP, but we'll be happy with the trade. Can't complain too much about it. All right, so that was my 2 trades on BHC. I feel like I explained them pretty well in the live trades. I just watched it back myself. And yeah, 112. Got the ad, looking for this to fail right out of the gate. Decided to go against us a little bit, gave us that 50 test. We knew we had this line up here, and if it wanted to go up to there, we were actually going to turn this into a 112 based off of this being technically the first entry because the range wasn't that bad, right? The range wasn't as bad as we had originally anticipated that it could make, just based off of the move it made. That's kind of what we were going off of to start the trade. But once we were in the trade, we realized that we were going to be just fine. So we could have went a little bit bigger on the size. So did end up getting the 112, 50, 50, 100, and got a nice little drop, and that ended up being 2 good covers, pretty much the bottom of that move. Came back up, squeezed up towards high of day, and just kind of felt the top there again. I was hoping that we could get a move up towards that line, give us that bigger extension so that we could come down and try that $half area again. And again, we pretty much bottom ticked the move as it wanted to pop back up. It did come down a little bit lower, but it did try a few more times to get back up towards high of day, so can't really complain. I was recording, you just ruined it. But yeah, so that was really the trade on BHC. Nothing too special about it. Just finally a nice extended move that we got the trade, and we actually got a second chance at it, and we took advantage of it. So we did end up red on the day. Not as bad as it was, but hey, if we would have only traded our setup there on BHC, I don't necessarily feel that these trades were bad trades. The second 2 on EYEN are debatable, but I was really just looking to find a decent trade with a really good high risk reward, and that's what those trades were on EYEN, and just none of them work. So I was willing to accept the risk there and just never had any kind of a bounce. Same with GSKY. That was kind of the trades that we were using the last couple weeks, but I like those trades. They're good confirmation. Those are like ascending triangles and descending triangles, so I've always played those in the past. I'm not going to say that those are bad trades, but my main strategy is the 112, and as you can tell, that's the one that pulled through for us today and kind of brought us closer back towards that break-even point. So that's all I got. Like and subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Always appreciate that support. Hopefully we can find some more trades tomorrow that kind of fit that 112 strategy so that we can, keep our eyes off of other things. And I'll just leave it at that. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.